My name's Rick, and this is my 10-year-old son, Rocco, and we are US Grit. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're getting ready to face off in a pool play game against the EC Rattlers as our 4th pool play game at the Triple Crown Memorial Day Championship Tournament. We are 2-1 thus far. We did lock up a bracket seed. Now let's see if we can get a good one. We'll be starting here in just a few minutes. Thanks for tuning in. Here we go. Okay, Eden in to pitch the first inning of this game against the EC Rattlers. First pitch from him is up for ball 1. Oh, I'm sorry, I said Eden. Oh, it is Eden. For a second there, I thought it was Saya by the number. 30, 50. It's easy to mess up in the camera, but thank you for tuning in. Eden getting ready to pitch 1-0 pitch right here. And that is just low for ball 2. I do want to remind you, if you see anything you like in this video, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave us a comment. We love to read them. We love to respond to them. Thank you for your support. Here comes the 2-0 from Eden. In there, strike 1, good pitch. All right, Eden trying to find the strike zone here. 3-1 pitch. Up and in, ball. All right, Eden comes set, runner on first, nobody out. First pitch, strike. Throwing down to second, and he's in there just barely. Nice try, but he takes second base. All right, Eden trying not to issue another free pass here. 3-2 pitch, up for ball 4, so he issues another walk. First 2 batters of the game. All right, Eden trying to find his command here. The 1-0, hit in the air, deep left field, and Austin was coming in, but it's over his head. He picks it up and throws, and that's gonna score a 1-run double from that young man. Nice hit, number 7. Ooh, I just missed that pitch, but it's a ground ball to Gavin, sorry. And that is out number 1, and it scores another run though, so it's a productive out for them, and runners at third base. All right, Eden coming set for the first pitch of the new batter, and that's swung on and fouled to the backstop for strike 1. All right, Eden set again. 3-2 delivery, pulled down and away, ball 4, and that's going to be runners at the corners now with 1 out. All right, runners at the corners, 1 out. First pitch, up and in, ball 1, and they let that first base runner take second, so second and third now, 1 out. Here's the 0-2. Called, strike 3, outside corner. Good job, Eden, 2 down. All right, Eden set now for a 1-0 delivery. Swung on, hit in the air to Jax, who makes the catch. Good job, Jax. That's 3 down. Let's go hit, boys. Here we go. Okay, Mason Herrera in to lead off the game for Grit. First pitch to him is up for ball 1. 1-2. Swung on, hit up the middle. And that's going to get into center field for a base hit. Mason Herrera hitting great this weekend. Good job, kid. Way to go. Way to start us off. Okay, Mason Doyle stepping in, waiting for that first pitch, and here it is. He swings and fouls it to the backstop for strike 1 as Herrera trots into second, but has to go back because of the foul ball. Mason Doyle back in. Kind of a quick pitch there. Herrera into second base easily, standing up. Good job. 3-2 pitch. Swung on, hit well to left field, and it's off his glove. So Herrera is going to go in and score, and Doyle coming into second base is going to be out. Wow, so they get the relay in there. Doyle gets out at second. He does score 1 run, making the game 2-1 is the score. All right, Eden up now, 1 out, base is empty. And he hits that one in the air, but foul out of play. All right, pitcher comes set. 0-1 delivery to Eden. Swung on, hit in the air, way deep. And gone for Eden's second home run of the tournament. Wow, what a Yahtzee. Way to go, Eden. Solo shot ties the game at 2. And Eden trots around the bases, gets some knuckles from Coach Dale, and he's going to head in. Give me the bow. Yeah, I see you. And trot into home with a tie game. Nice hit, Eden. Way to go, kid. All right, Saya stepping in now. First pitch to him is hit on the ground. Tough play. Picked up by the pitcher, thrown to first for out number 2. Nice little play there from the pitcher, and we got 2 down. Okay, Gavin, the mullet man, stepping in. First pitch to him is up for ball 1. 3-1. Swung on, hit up the middle, and stopped by the second baseman. Great play, and he's going to be out. What a play that was from number 2. Nice job, young man. Tie score after 1. All right, new game, tied up at 2. Eden coming back in to pitch the the top of the second inning. I'm sorry, first pitch. Swung on, hit in the air, and underneath it is Levi, who makes the catch. Attaboy, kid. 1 down. All right, Eden back at it here. 3-2 pitch again. Good pitch, hit in the air. And underneath it is Mason Doyle, and he makes the catch. That's 2 down, good job. Okay, new batter, nobody on, 2 outs. First pitch from Eden is swung on and fouled to the backstop on a ball up and in, strike 1. Okay, here's the 2-1. Swung on, hit well into left field. So that young man's gonna have himself a base hit, maybe a double. Picked up by Christopher, thrown over to second base. And they got him. Yeah, they do. Trying to stretch it to a double, and they get out of it. Attaboy, Grit, nice throw. Christopher, let's go, 3 down, let's go take the lead. Okay, bottom of second, tie game, and Levi stepping in to lead off for Grit. First pitch is fouled to the backstop, strike 1, good swing. Okay, Levi stepping in, 3-2 count, trying to lead off by getting on base. Here's the pitch, and he swings and misses, strike 3, 1 down. Here's Jax, swings and fouls it off. Thank you, bud, you have a good one. All right, Jack's back in now, 2-1. Swung on, hit well, off the first baseman's glove into right field. So Jax is gonna have a base hit. Almost got robbed there. Nice try, first baseman. Way to go, Jax, attaboy. Here's the first pitch to Austin. It's a pitch out. Jax goes, and he's safe there at second base. Attaboy, Jax, way to go, kid. Here's the 2-2. Called, strike 3 on Austin. He goes down looking, and that's 2 down. Rocco stepping in, having a rough weekend. Hopefully he can break out here. First pitch. Called, strike 1. Using, I don't know, Eden's dub bat, I think. Steps in, ready to go. 0-1. That one is outside, ball 1. Ready for a strike here we go. 2-1. That's inside, gets him, and he's gonna get to first base. All right, so that got him a little bit. So he's gonna trot down the first. I think it just got his jersey, really. He should be just fine. All right, Christopher stepping in, first and second, 2 outs. First pitch is swung on, hit in the air, and foul ball. I couldn't find it at first. Christopher stepping back in now. We got a 1-2 count, first and second with 2 outs. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and he waves at that one, fooled by the breaking ball, and that's strike 3. So we're gonna end the second tied 2-2. Let's go. All right, Eden here to pitch the third. First pitch of the inning is pulled outside, ball 1. All right, here we go. The 2-0. Finds a strike, hit to left field, and just over Christopher's head. So that's gonna be down. Runner going second. Christopher picks up the ball and throws it in, and runner's gonna have himself a double. Nice hit, number 3. Good job. 1-0 pitch, shows bunt again, pulls it outside, ball 2, and that's gonna allow the runner to get to third as the ball bounces off Saya's glove. All right, Eden set now. 2-1 pitch, slide step is hit in the air. Gavin underneath it, and he does make the catch. Good job, Gavin. That holds the runner at third base, 1 down. Set for a 3-1 delivery, and that's hit into right field and caught by Austin, sliding on a knee. Runner was not tagging, he was going. And here we go. All right, so some confusion on where or who to throw, but runner was going and had to get back after Austin made that catch. So that's 2 down, runner stays at third base. All right, Eden 2 down now, runner still at third base. First pitch, swung on, hit on the ground, and that's gonna get through to Austin, and he's gonna look to 1, but it's gonna be just late. So that is gonna score a run, make the score 3-2, runner on first base with 2 outs. All right, Eden comes set. First pitch of the at-bat is up and away. Runner goes, and ball's there, but just behind the runner, who takes second base safely. Eden comes set, 1-1 pitch. Swung on and hit well into left field. Christopher grabs it, throws it in. They're going 4, and Saya cuts it off, goes 2, and they got him there at second base. It does score another run. The score is 2-4 now. But Grit does get out of it. Let's see if we can put up some runs of our own. Let's go. 3-0 pitch to Herrera. Outside, ball 4. Herrera works a 4-pitch walk. Good job. Okay, Mason Doyle stepping into the box now. Herrera on first, no outs. And they do try to pick him. Once again, he's back safely. First pitch to Mason Doyle. No, they pick again. Mason Doyle in, looking for the first pitch of his at bat. And then he's not going to get it. They're going to pick again, 3rd time in a row, to Mason Herrera. First pitch of his at bat is up, ball 1, the pitch out. And he was under the tag, but they called him out. Oof. 3-0 pitch here. Hit on the ground. Fielded by third base, thrown to first, and he's going to be out there on a 3-0 ground ball. 2 down. Here's the 3-2 to Eden. Away, ball 4. Eden works a walk, so we've got a base runner with 2 outs. Here we go. Here comes the 1-0 to Saya. Swung on, hit on the ground. Fielded by third base. He kicks it, so that's going to be an error. Saya's on first base now. First and second, 2 outs. Let's go. Here's the 1-0. Swung on, hit well on the ground, and it gets through. So Eden is going to pull into third base. Bases are juiced now. 2 outs. Let's go. Good hit, Gavin. Good job. All right, Levi stepping in. Bases juiced, 2 outs. First pitch to him. Swung on, hit up the middle, and that's off the second baseman. So that is going to score at least 1. And in comes Mason Doyle, and he's safe there. That ties up the game at 4. Good job, Levi. Way to come through, kid. Attaboy. Okay, Jack's stepping in now. First and second, 2 outs, tie game again. First pitch to him is hit well, and that's gonna get into right field and play at the plate, no play at the plate. We're gonna have bases juiced again. Good job, Jax. Way to go, kid. Austin got the walk-off hit last game. Let's see if he can come through here. First pitch is up for ball 1. Here's the 2-1 to Austin. Swung on, hit on the ground, chopper, and gloved by third baseman, thrown to first for out number 3. So the score is going to stay tied on the ground out from Austin. Let's go, Grit. Here we go. Okay, welcome back. Top of 4. Jax, pitching for Grit now. Tie game. First ball up the middle. Fielded by Christopher, thrown to first for out number 1. Good job. That's 1 down. Attaboy. Here's the 0-1. Swung on, hit in the air to Rocco, and that's going to get down in front. So he picks it up, throws it in. Nice hit there from 24. Good swing. All right, runner on first, 1 out. First pitch is a check swing, strike 1. Good pitch, Jax. Jax comes set. 1-1. Swung on, hit on the ground. Fielded by Levi, thrown 2, and back to 1, not in time, but they do get the lead runner. Great play, Levi, attaboy, 2 down. Okay, 2 down, runner on first. First pitch from Jax to this batter is in there for strike 1. Great pitch. Runner goes 2. Saya just wasn't ready, I guess, there. I don't know what happened. 1-1 pitch. Nice pitch, but it's hit well into left field. And that might score a run and untie this game. He's flying around third, and he's going to be safe there at the plate. And the batter gets into second base on the throw. Nice hit, number 20. 5-4. Grit down by 1. The 1-0 delivery. Swung on, hit in the air. Gavin's got to get back. That's off the fence. And Gavin picks it up, throws 2. And he's going to be safe there at second base. So nice little double there from 25. And that scores another run. 6-4, Grit down by 2. All right, Jack's working with 2 outs still. First pitch on this batter is high for ball 1. Jax comes set. 1-0 delivery. Swung on, hit back to Jax. He picks it up, makes an easy throw to first base for the 3rd out. But Grit gives up 2 more. They need to go get him back. Let's go, boys. All right, Rocco in to lead off the bottom of the 4th. First pitch to him. Swung on, hit a little chopper. Not an easy play. Picked up by shortstop, thrown over to first. And they get him on the tag on the bad throw. Nice try, Rocco. Keep swinging, kid. Here's the 3-2 pitch again. Swung on, hit well, but fielded by the second baseman, thrown to first for out number 2. Good play there, number 2, 2 down. All right, Herrera stepping in. First pitch to him is up, ball 1. Here's the 3-0 to Herrera, up and in, ball 4. He works a walk, good job, Mason. All right, Mason Doyle stepping in, Herrera on first base. And they pick Herrera again. They have tried to pick him probably 10 times this game. Doyle camped out in the box. He could have made a meal by now, waiting for that first pitch. And they pick again. Well, after 97 pick attempts, Mason Doyle just turned 13 and he's waiting for his first pitch. He swings and misses, and Herrera takes second base. The 1-2, and he swings and misses, strike 3. So Grit fails to put up any runs. They got to go get 3 outs. Jack's up. First pitch this inning is swung on and fouled to the backstop, strike 1. Good job, Jax. Jax in the 0-1. That's hit in the air. Eden going back, and he calls it fair, but I'm pretty sure I saw that line fell. Ay. And that's going to be a double. Nice hit, number 18. I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm looking wrong, but I think I can see the line and where the ball landed. Either way, good swing. Way to go, young man. First pitch to new batter, and he tries to bunt and fouls it back. Jax comes set, 2-2 pitch. Swung on, hit in the air to left field, and that's down and fair again. And let's see, runner into second base. That's going to score another one. Grit goes down 7-4. Nice hit number 3. All right, Jax. First pitch to the new batter is hit up in the air. Christopher underneath it and makes the catch. And runner has to hold at second base. So that is 1 down. Good job, Jax. Good job, Christopher. New batter, first pitch. Swung on, hit in the air again. Christopher underneath it again. Makes the catch. That's 2 down. Attaboy, Christopher. Okay, new batter. 2 outs now, runner on second base. First pitch here. Swung on, hit in the air. And that is going to get down into left center field. Runner going home. And Eden throws. That's going to be, throws into second because that runner was scoring anyway. Grit goes down 8-4 now. 2 outs. Runner on first. Nice hit, young man. First pitch, new batter. Swung on, hit in the air, but that's going to be foul onto the adjacent field. Right when a ball's hit in play there, and a kid makes a diving catch with a ball on the field. I wonder if that counted. All right, 0-1. Nice little curveball, and that's hit over Christopher's head. Fielded nicely by Gavin. Thrown in. And that young man has himself a single. Nice hit number 7. First and third, now 2 outs. All right, first and third, now 2 outs. First pitch. Strike 1. Nice pitch, Jax. Runner takes second base. All right, second and third. The 0-1 is hit well and gets through. Gavin's there to field it, but that's going to score another run. And Gavin shoots home to cut off the second run. And that young man, number 42, with a nice hit into second base. Good swing. All right, 2 outs, still new batter. Jax lifts and fires. Misses high for ball 1. All right, Jax in a 1-1 count now. Lifts and fires. Swung on, hit in the air. Gavin going, not going to be able to get there. That's going to score 2 more maybe. Gavin shoots home and not going to have a play. And that young man trots into second base. Good hit, 24. New batter. And they're going to call a balk for not coming set. Nice try, Jax. Here we go. First pitch, swung on, hit right back to Jax. Attaboy, kid. And that's going to be out number 3. Good job, Jax. Let's go on a rally now, boys. Let's go get some runs back. Here we go. All right, Grit needing to do some work here. Eden steps in. First pitch of the inning. And that is down and away, ball 1. Here's the 1-0. Swung on, hit back to the pitcher, stopped, picked up. He's going to throw to first and retire Eden. So that's 1 down. Here's the first pitch to Saya. Swung on, hit well into left field. And that's going to be down. Left fielder scoops it up. Saya's going to have himself a single. Nice hit, Saya. Way to go, kid. Okay, Gavin, I believe it's an 0-1. Swung on, hit back to the pitcher. They're going to throw 2 and safe. And they're going to call interference on Eden. If I'm not crazy, Eden's got a slide there. But that's 2 down. It looks like they're not going to call it. 2 down. All right, Levi stepping in now. They pitch out ball 1, and they try to back pick to Gavin, who's safe. So umpires got together, I'm sorry, I forgot to explain, on the pitch out and did call a balk. So Gavin got given second base. It is now 1-1 to Levi, and the pitch is outside ball 2. Here's the 2-1 to Levi. Swung on and hit on the ground, picked up by the pitcher, thrown to first for out number 3. So that is going to be 3 down. All right, Austin into pitch. Rocco catching. First pitch is turned on, and that's going to be foul, out of play. All right, here we go. Austin, 0-2. Swung on and hit on the ground. Levi fields it, races to first for out number 1. Good job, Levi. 1 down. Good job, Austin. Austin comes set. 3-0, I believe. Swung on, hit in the air. Mason calls it, but it goes off his glove. Oh no. And that young man's going to be on first base. Runner on first, first pitch. Down in the dirt, bounces into the umpire. Rocco scrambles to get it. Runner takes second base. The 1-1. Swung on, hit in the air. That's going to be down in front of Gavin, who cuts it off. Throws 2, and that's going to score another run. I think that makes it 12-4. Austin comes set. And he just balked. Turned his shoulders and balked, so runner's gonna get second base. There we go. Here we go, 2-0 pitch from Austin. Swung on, hit in the air. And Gavin going for it, can't get there. He picks it up, and runner's gonna hold at third base. Sorry for the camera work, I just forgot what I was doing there. So, still one out. Runners at the corners. New batter, first and third, first pitch. Swung on, hit in the air. And Eden underneath it makes the catch. Runner tags from third. Does Eden throw home? And runner's gonna hold actually. Good job Eden. Up, thrown away, but we're okay, we're okay. Tag him, what? Oh, I must have missed something. We must have gotten out on the runner at first base. Sorry, I didn't even look at that one. So we must have doubled him up there. Good job Eden. Let's go hit Grit. Here we go. All right, Jack's stepping in. A lot of work to do for Grit. Let's see what they can accomplish here. First pitch to him is swung on and missed, strike one. Pitcher comes set. The 0-2, swung on, hit well into left field, and that's going to get all the way to the fence. So Jax is rounding second base, or first base to second. They pick up the ball, throw into second, and Jax is going to be in there with a stand-up double. Attaboy Jax, way to go kid. 2-strike knock. All right, first pitch to Austin is up, past the catcher. Jax going 3, and he's going to be there safely. Good job, Jax. Attaboy. Here's the 3-2. Down, ball 4. Austin works a walk. Good job, Austin. All right, Rocco stepping in now. Runners at the corners. First pitch is called, strike one. Austin takes second base, and he's safe. I'm sure Rocco was taking there with no outs, so Austin could steal without getting doubled up. Here we go. All right, Rocco in now, 1-2 count. Here's the pitch, outside, ball 3. It gets away. Jack's going, and he's going to score. Austin's going to move up to third base. Good job. 2-2 on Rocco. Rocco stepping in now, 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. And Rocco goes down swinging. Christopher steps in, and he hits one up the middle. That's going to be a base hit and score Austin. They're going to throw one, but Christopher's going to beat it out. Attaboy Christopher. Good hit. Mason Herrera stepping in, swinging, hits it in the air, and out of play foul. Ooh, the first baseman ran into the fence trying to go for that. That hurts. He's down hard right now. I hope you're okay, young man. Okay, I think it's 1-1. Unfortunately, the first baseman did have to come out, and Sugar Rush hits a chopper, and he's going to beat that to first base. Sorry for the camera focus. Good job, Sugar Rush, ready to beat it out. Attaboy. All right, Mason Doyle stepping in. First pitch to him, swung on and missed, strike 1. All right, Mason Doyle, the 1-2, inside. And they're going to call him on the late break there. I think that pitch was up and in, but that's strike 3, 2 outs. All right, Eden stepping in now. 2 outs, runners on first and second. First pitch to him is outside, ball 1. All right, Eden stepping back in, 3-1 pitch. Swung on, hit well, and they call him out at second base. I'm not sure if I had a good look, but that was close. That looks like that's going to be the game. So Grit does go 2-2 in pool play. They will make it to bracket play tomorrow, but lots of work to do. I'm sure we're going to face a tough team early after going 2-2. And here we go. So yep, that is the game. So thank you so much for tuning in. I'm sorry. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please do like, comment if you saw anything you like. Leave us a comment. These boys are working hard. Sometimes they struggle, sometimes they do well. But they love to watch themselves, and all the other boys they play love to watch themselves too. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.